I was getting emotional. I'll be honest, I started crying. I was like, fucking, I've lost everything.
I had 80 quid in the account. At the end of that month, 700 was going out. But it was that point of going, right, this decision now is going to cost me.
We did actually approach brewers and Dulux originally, and like nothing.
Not interested.
Nothing. And then as soon as like everyone's using them, they're like, oh, would you consider doing a promotion? And I'm like, what?
There will always be a stigma around mental health while we're still referring to it as mental health rather than health. Even people that sort of turn around and go, oh, that mental health mumbo jumbo. If you say to them, oh, you know, Dave had a heart attack through stress, they'll be like, oh, yeah. Well, what stress? Stress is in here, so stress is mental health.
So we're back with another Trade Legends podcast, and I am here with Russ, the Talking Tradesman, who's already been on before, and also Kev, Paint Warrior. How long ago was yours? You were on right at the start, I think, weren't we?
Yeah, it was a couple of years ago, wasn't it?
About 3.
Possibly, yeah.
Both returning guests. I can't believe how long it's been since I was here, mate. I think that's got to be close to 2 years, yeah.
I think yours was in April.
Something like that. It's 18 months to 2 years. Full circle moment. But last time it was Mark.
Well,
so,
now it's me. Yeah. Now it's the better it's the better looking one, Mark. In case you're wondering. But no, I've been trying to get guests on that have been on before because I feel like so much has happened. Life, you know, day-to-day stuff. Obviously, we've seen you recently with your drama, and we'll talk about that. But also watching your podcast as well progress. Because when I think you first came, you had started it, hadn't you?
Yeah, I think I was about 5-6 episodes in, mate.
Yeah. How many are we on now?
130, I think. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I've averaged over 1 episode a week has been released for the last 2 years consistently.
He's more consistent than us, ladies and gentlemen. He is. I'll put that down to my editing skills. But just take us through then, Russ. We'll start with you. Take us through, what you've been doing. We see the good ladies about to go on a game show as well. Yeah,
what game show, mate? I don't know, a survival show. Yeah. That's a bit of a wild one. I've got to be careful. When's this going out?
Probably next Sunday.
Okay, I can only say so much because a lot of it's under NDA. But yeah, my wife is going to be featuring on Channel 4's new programme called Handcuffed Last Pair Standing, where she was handcuffed to a complete stranger for 3 weeks. 24/7 at all times.
Hopefully it was female.
Well, hang on. Russ was having a bit of a breakdown. Like, he spoke to me. It's like, I don't even know. Like, I can't get hold of her. I don't know what's going on. It was horrible.
From my perspective, it was horrible. They took the phones away. So I had to explain this to my wife, where I was like, look, see it from my eyes. I've had a load of people that I don't know turn up, handcuff my wife to somebody I don't know, take her away and say, yeah, she ain't got a phone. You won't know where she is, what she's doing.
It could be anyone though, couldn't it?
Nothing. I mean, I knew who it was. Part of the show was filmed in our house and part in the other person's house. And then the other part...
So did they bring... in fact, you probably won't be able to say, but do they bring the other person to your house? And
I think I can say that, but yeah. So I did meet the other person. But yeah, it was, mate,
it's
wild.
It's a big beefcake. What the
Well, you'll have to watch and find out. Yeah. But wild, mate. Wild. Absolute wild.
So there's stuff like that. What else have you've been up to? Tell us more about the podcast.
18 months.
You're still on the tools as well?
Yes, listen, still very much on the tools, still running the painting and decorating business. My son is now in the business as well. He's at work now, actually, as we're sat here having fun. So, that's been going on. The podcast has gone from strength to strength, in fairness. I think it's worth saying, actually, mate, the last time I came and sat here was I think I was 5, 6, maybe 7 episodes deep. Thought, that's all right, I know a podcast. I was bricking it last time I was here. Yeah. Really nervous. I walked in here and I was like, whoa, this is a real one.
But I think when you're getting interviewed as opposed to doing the interviewing, it's a completely different feeling. I don't think anybody can truly understand that.
I think, to be honest, mate, there's just levels to it. And at the time where I came in, I was like, I'll do a podcast. I was in a little office. Yeah. You know, Kev was, in fact, big credit to Kev. He was one of my first 5 guests. I think you were in the first 5.
I think he was.
In fact, I've got massive thanks for Kev. Obviously, with his size of following and platform, he was instrumental in the growth, I believe, because he put a lot of eyes on the podcast in the early days. Really glad to say that since then, I've had a lot of backing from brands that I've managed to reinvest into the podcast and now built it to a point where the platform's a lot bigger, and I've got a podcast studio on a high street in my local town. So, and I'm now sitting down with people that I never for a minute thought I ever would. I don't really know when it happened, but at some point the podcast just diversified, where it went still got its roots in the trades, very much so. But I've had lots of guests from other walks of life, ex-armed forces. I was talking pre-record about some of the fighters and sports people that have been coming through the door as well. So it's just anybody with like a mental health journey and story that adds value to the platform. It's been wild, mate, really. Some incredible people that I've spoken to.
I mean, I remember when we first started this, it was like the first 18 months, I didn't want any sponsors. I didn't want any involvement from anyone else. And then slowly you get people asking you and you think, is this genuine? Do you know what I mean? Do people really want to sponsor the show? And you're thinking, are people actually watching this, all that sort of stuff? When for you, because whenever I speak to people about that, they're like, oh, you bang on about it, Al. But just from somebody else doing a podcast, when, because you started in a smaller room, didn't you? Now
Little tiny office, mate.
Now you've got like a really smart setup. Just tell us sort of like, A, why you started it, then B, sort of how it has progressed and at which times you thought, right, okay, now I've got the following to move it to this new
Mate, I never thought that was the case. So, I mean, to wind it back for anyone that hasn't heard the origin story or the first episode, the reason I started the podcast was to raise mental health awareness and just break down the stigma about just talking about mental health in the trades. I think within the construction industry, certainly amongst men, there's a lot of the alpha stigma and the whole thing of like talking about things equals weakness when it really doesn't. Because I've heard a lot of stories from people, lads and ladies in the trades, incredible stories. And it's just a case of getting them out there and normalising it, getting it, putting it on a public platform. I thought I was going to struggle to get people to talk. The opposite's been true. Out of that 130 episodes, I would say like 90% of that has been people coming to me and saying, I've got a story to tell, I want to open up and talk. And all I have had the mission of doing is just that, is just breaking down, normalising conversations around mental health. I heard somebody else actually, it's a great way to explain it on a podcast, who actually said, there will always be a stigma around mental health while we're still referring to it as mental health rather than health. Because at the moment we've got this divide where we go physical health, mental health. The two are one and the same, mate. Like your mental health affects your physical health. You know, even people that sort of turn around and go, oh, that mental health mumbo jumbo. If you say to them, oh, you know, Dave had a heart attack through stress, they'll be like, oh, yeah. Well, what stress? Stress is in here, so stress is mental health. And that was it. That was the initial mission, was just to do what I could to have conversations with like my people, working class people, like people that I relate to in the trades, and give, for want of a better phrase, like give normal people a voice and a platform to come and talk. And that's really took off. Really grateful for all of the brand support that I've had through. It started off, you know, small token stuff where brands reached out and said, look,
give you gifts and
we like
like
what you're doing. Can we support you in any way? Like our headline sponsor at the minute is Zinza, and big thanks to them. They've been with me since day one. They've headlined it for 18 months. But everything that's come in has been reinvested, because the podcast was never a business to me. It's been a passion project that's just gone out of control. Which has allowed me to obviously upgrade the setup, the system and all that kind of thing. And in terms of the big upgrade from the old studio to the new, that was just a point of outgrowing my current space. If I'm honest, I had a couple of guests come in they'd just come off TV shows and stuff. And there was embarrassment, if I'm being honest, like taking them to the old setup, and Peter was like, oh, this don't really look, you know, it's a bit ropey, it's a bit tight.
Is that where you went?
Yeah. And I thought, I need to upgrade this.
When you first start something, and I mean, I was lucky that I had Unilight at the time, because I probably would have been in the same scenario where I'd just set something up and not thought about this, but because we were using this to record content, it sort of pushed me to probably go all out on this rather than sort of dip my toe in.
This was an eye-opener though, mate. When I came and did my last episode here, this was an eye-opener to me, where I went, there's levels. You know what I mean?
But we did this, and I didn't think, similar to you, when you start something, you don't think that it will progress into something else. I just thought, I'll try it, and maybe 6 months down the line, people will go, I'm not listening to this or watching it. But that's why I love doing this, because I get to talk to people like you that have maybe done something similar or had a slightly different journey with it and gone, the epiphany moment, right, I need to move it. And then all of a sudden you look a bit more professional. Other sponsors want to come in.
Exactly that, mate.
It was growth, isn't it? It's so good.
It was a make or break for me. I think I could have stayed where I was and just kept it there at that level. And it was make or break. I didn't realise how close it got to break. I mean, I'll tell you how close it got.
But people don't realise that little risk of, because you told me how much the rent is. Like, some people go, oh, it's nothing. But to do that every single month when really you're thinking, well, I'm like reinvesting the money. I'm not taking anything out.
Plus, then, I've got the rent cost, you've got your utilities, the bills, all the software costs, all of that lot.
Yeah.
But mate, it got down to, we were walking, I was looking at other premises, as I said before, and like serviced offices, really expensive. Me and my wife had been to a local bar in town, and there was a unit on the high street that had been empty for a few months. And it was one of those conversations, I had a couple of drinks, walking up the high street, I've looked through the window. There was a big to-let sale in the window. And it had fallen down so you could actually see in. And it used to be a dog grooming place, mate. It was a state. I've looked through the window.
Smelled good.
Saw the space. Right, terrible. Saw the space, looked through the window, and I just offhandedly said to my wife, I was like, wouldn't it be ace if I could have the podcast somewhere like that? Look at that space, look at what I could do. And she went, well, ring them. Went, you're joking? It's a high street studio. It'd be thousands. Anyway, I forgot it, as per what normally happens in our relationship. 2 days later, she rung them. Next thing you know, we're going to view it. And then it was that thing, like, it's a bargain. It was a bargain. I actually got 2 months rent-free to do it up because it was that run down. And it was a case of looking at what was in the bank, looking at what I could do and thinking, this is going to wipe me out. But it was that level change. But it got down to, by the time I'd paid the initial rent, the lease and all that lot, I'd got 80 quid in the business account for the podcast. That was where I got down to. And my next month's rent was due in like 3 weeks' time. And then fortunately, the sponsors that I've worked with looked at it and they're like, yeah, we'll come back in. We'll come in higher. But that's where it got to, mate. I got down to my last 80 quid.
But this is when people are listening or watching the pod, they don't realise that. No. That's why I love getting people back on, because you can tell that story, and it's sort of, I've watched the podcast grow, and then other things come along, like you get recognised for your actual work on the tools and stuff like that. And it's almost like if you hadn't have done that one thing there, would everything else have...
It's all related,
but, you've elevated the brand of the podcast, how you record the podcast, all the equipment, then... your work's getting recognised. I just feel like those little decisions that you make, you look back on, at the time, they're like, Mate,
absolutely. And there's podcasters out there, like big commercial podcasters that I look at, that I've listened to their podcasts for years. I'm now starting to get some of my guests cross over between some of these huge podcasts. They're like, oh, yeah, they've been there, or they've come to me and then they've gone to these other guys. So, the guests that are coming through, that their profile has elevated, or... I feel more comfortable now in those, people that are operating at bigger levels socially, where I think, I'm not embarrassed when you walk through the door now. So it's been a journey, mate. I never expected it to go there. I still don't know where it's going. In fairness,
it'll still keep growing. I mean, even with us, like I look back on the very first episode I did. I had cue cards here. It was very, it was very like robotic. And I'd never deleted it because I always think, should I just get rid of this episode or unview it on YouTube? But I go back to look at it to go, well, actually, from where I was then to sort of now is like...
In the trades sort of like sphere, as it were, you guys have been the bar setters from day one. Like, I always looked at trade legends. I was like, if ever I could get close to that, I'll be happy with that. And as I said, that first time I came in here, that was it was a slap across the face for me. I was like, what I'm doing is just not, it's not comparable.
But it's good that you look and you think, I want to do that. Because some people don't. And that's some people look and go, I can never, again, the mindset, I could never do that. Or some people go, I'd love to do it, but... Do you know what I mean? Whereas you took that risk and you did it. And this is what, like, me and Mark always talk all the time about the other podcasts, because I always sort of say, look, go and watch this one or go and watch that one. And it's good now to see that there's a lot more podcasts, because we were just... We were like a lonely fish on our own.
You were pioneers, so I think you guys, I mean, all credit to you. You set the standard for one, because you set the standard right up here from day one. But you have opened the door to other people doing it where they think, oh, that works. And you've got podcasts popping up now in all the other industry, like specific to like decorating or plumbing, electrics, whatever. But it's almost like you guys trailblazed to go, it's okay. Like you can do this. So all credit to you guys for doing it.
I had no idea just to explain to anybody else what the fuck I was doing. Honestly, no idea.
That's how the best things start, though,
Yeah,
mate.
we just did it, and then it just carried on because we started with one a month. Because I was
Really?
like, yeah. So we started. I think the first 3-4 months we started with one a month just to see if people would watch it. Then it went to one every 2 weeks, and then it went to one a week. But it was difficult to sustain because we were so busy in here.
Yeah.
Growing, and I was like, well, I need, like Jack was just permanently on the podcast, and I was like, I'm paying somebody just to sit on here. Whereas,
to be fair,
AI now, you can
I didn't ever think, mate, I never thought it'd be one a week. I thought the same. I thought maybe I'll release one a month, because my initial thing was, I thought I will struggle beyond an initial group of people to get people in to talk about mental health. I thought that'd be a big stumbling block. Couldn't have been more wrong. So some weeks I'm recording 3-4 episodes a week at the moment. But yeah, I mean, the one a week thing was never planned my end. It was always, I thought the same, maybe I'll do one a month, and it's just snowballed. But I get excited about it. So
you've got to have those listeners coming back to think in your head, okay, I can do that one a week. And we did something similar where the episodes on YouTube were doing like fantastic numbers when we first started. They do a lot less now, but Spotify's taken off for us.
Oh, really?
Spotify's like gone through them because trades are listening to them in the van.
Yeah,
so
that's
I feel
true.
like how
I wish I could work it out. I'm still like 2 years in now. Some of my episodes I'll put out, I think that'll do well on YouTube and it'll do nothing, but it'll fly on Spotify or Apple. But they never seem to. If I put an episode out, they never seem to, oh, that's a good episode, it's done well everywhere. It will do well on one platform.
I've had probably 2 out of 133, I think we've done 2 where they've done well on
everything.
Oh, really?
Only 2.
I think your first episode, is still actually the top performing one on Spotify.
Really?
He's like that.
Wasn't intentional.
Ain't no thing. But it's it's good to see, and I feel like when you talk about the £80, like I just want people that are listening and watching to think, take that risk. Because if you don't take that risk.
I had 80 quid in the account. At the end of that month, 700 was going out. And like, just to clarify, I didn't have £80 to my name. I had £80 in the business
account.
But it was that point of going, right, this decision now is going to cost me personally to float it.
It's good that the missus backed you as well by ringing.
She's really good at just doing things out of blue.
She got ADHD.
It's great, more than likely. It's great and dangerous at the same time, mate.
Very.
Would you get handcuffed to a stranger for 3 weeks?
Yeah, you would. Don't even think about it.
Depends on the stranger.
Yeah, I probably would.
But mate, when I say like handcuff for 3, I'm talking everything, mate. Sleeping, toilets, showers.
It's whether somebody would want to get handcuffed next to me for 3 weeks. I'll be honest with you. I'd be like, God, this guy stinks. All he does is fart.
I'd never have done it.
Yeah, crazy. But so let's lead now on to the podcast is starting to take off for you. Obviously, how are you then juggling that with your actual work? And then your actual work was the one that you got the award for, wasn't it?
Yeah, so won on the Tools Painter and Decorator of the Year last year. That's for my day job.
Great event, that.
Yep, mate, it was a great night. It was a great night.
The head doesn't thank you the next day, but
it's got all credit to On the Tools. They put on a great show. I won that last year for the business. I can't stress enough. I'm still like 90%, even more than that. 5 days a week. I'm still on the tools, with the odd exception. But the podcast, I guess, it has opened doors in terms of I've started doing some like public speaking events.
I saw that. And
also
testimonial.
So another great thing, I was invited up to Dulux's headquarters, so it was their management team. I delivered a talk on mental health to those guys, which was great to see them wanting to welcome that.
I love that because you don't expect the suits to want to be educated.
They actually reached out to me to ask for your number.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There we go.
And Matthew, and I was like, he was wary about. I think he said, would he want... I was like, mate, just give him the number. I was like, he'd do it. I was like, honestly, that's what he does.
But that's what I mean, like the same with you when we come to you and like what you've done with the brand and the brushes and stuff like that. And I feel like social media and a bang on about it all the time to everybody, like opens that door without
100%. I mean, like, just me being honest. Yeah. So everything I do through the Talking Tradesmen, I see as charitable. It's a passion project for me. I don't look to make money out of it, but has it elevated my status socially as well as that? Yeah, of course. So then that gives the opportunities like, you know, winning the award on the tools, which has led to working with brands on social media, which has led to the public speaking, which, you know, some of that's paid work, some isn't. And then also put us in a position where, like, me and Kev have now launched our own awards. I better mention the girls as well because I get shot. Me, Kev and our wives have launched our own awards business, the Golden Finish Awards, which is going to be the first independent for painting and decorating awards that's ever taken place. So it's all these things that come together through the exposure, I guess. But
you've done the Christmas parties, the summer parties as well.
Yeah, mate.
This is the thing with us, is we just do the pod. And I love seeing other podcasts because you get the off-the-job guys that do the paintball. You do the Christmas parties, which I see everybody getting smashed and having a good time.
Grinch killed it.
The Grinch done really well, didn't he?
But I feel like this is where all the stuff that you do or another podcast does just means that the community gets better.
I think from my side out, what it was, I got a little bit of a thing in my own head where I thought, I've spent all this time now raising awareness. But then you get to a point where you go, well, what do you do with all that awareness? And it's like, well, there's got to be some action. One of the things I think is lacking, one of the big problems in construction in general, is community. So putting on the events, I think, plugs that. I used to see it at the P&D show that was in November up until recently. Now it's going to be part of Installer. But
how's it moving?
Yeah. Did you not know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, so 19 Group have bought the P&D show and it's now going to be integrated into Installer.
I actually had a conversation with Lucy when she was on here, and I said, their show, because it's getting that big now that when you walk around, you're like, you can't get around it. I said, but if you're gonna,
honestly, mate, it's huge.
I was like, if you're gonna do it, I feel like you need to get everything under one roof. And she said, but we've got a few things that I can't talk about. So obviously she must have been talking about that.
Yeah, so P&D's part of it now. Apparently there's going to be 4 halls. There's also a carpentry show that they've
got the Super Trail Regional there as well.
Yeah, this year's going to be phenomenal, right, in terms of the size. But what I used to notice at the P&D in November is so many people were coming there. It wasn't because I'd getting freebies. It was community. It was because of the meetups on the night and getting together and all that side of things. So I think just leaning into that with like the Christmas party, and I've got a boat party in June. It's just giving people something to look forward to and something to come together. And I think sometimes when people are really at a low point, just having something to look forward to, or having gone to the event, connected with people, you go away with like a full cup then. So you've got a bit more time for it to drain down. And that's what I'm leaning into at the minute, is bringing people together, is community events and getting people together.
That's one thing I'll give the plumbers their due, because they do that plumbers social, don't they, at Installer? That's
apparently. I've never been a part of it because obviously
I stay away from it because normally CT1 have a Hummer and Nicola tries to get me on the Hummer and I'm like, after the On the Tools, probably because we won an award, because I used to do it for brands as well. So Unilight won an award. I mean, like maybe 2016, something like that. It was ages ago. But after that, I was like, any of these shows, like I am not going out drinking.
Never in the Hummer.
I can't do it. But the plumbers, I find, are quite good at that with their socials and stuff, more so than some of the other trades. So it's good that
what I'm trying to bring in, mate, for or doing my bit. You know, it's up to obviously people whether there's no pressure. People can come or not come, but everything that's gone down so far has been great. It's another reason why we're doing. Hopefully, it was coincidental because we'd already built the company or started to build the company when we found out the P&D show had been sold. So the awards show that we're putting on just coincidentally now plugs that gap of like an event for just decorators.
Would they not allow you to do the awards at the show? You've thought about that? Or do you want to keep them separate?
I mean, me personally, I don't think I'd want to. I think the only pushback, so I think personally it's a great thing that the P&D show going in and it's going to make it massive for everyone. But within the community, there is a bit of pushback of like, oh, we've lost our event,
right?
Like just for decorators.
And again, because I think that's how plumbers felt last year, because it was carpenters and... So it does
the deckies as well.
It does lose that, but I feel like, you know, there might be a route in for you where you can put on
But
something
the thing
across
is,
different
you do
trades.
cross over with other trades on social media, don't you?
Yeah.
And you do speak to the plumbers, and you do speak to all the other
You've had
people.
old Tiffers on, haven't you?
Yeah. That was a great conversation, mate. Yeah, could have gone on for 6 hours, that one.
even Mark, because he said to me, I said, how'd you get on? I think when you're on the opposite side and someone's asking you the questions, you're a bit like, okay.
Yeah.
And he said, I was a bit like nervous about it. I was like, it's normal. Because I had the same when Dissident asked me to go on their podcast.
Role reversal, innit?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, what am I talking about here? Type of thing. So,
no, I think the installer / P&D show now, I think that'll work really well. I think with our awards, we're quite actually keen to just have it as a
separate event,
just an event for the P&D community, which will be nice.
Oh yeah, so, I'm excited for it.
When's the boat party for?
Boat party for anyone. This is anyone. It's associated with the podcast, so it's a Talking Tradesmen summer social boat party. But the boat party is the 18th of July. It's leaving Stourport on 7. It's grown from what it was just a boat party, but the boat party is 6 till 9.
Like a flotilla now.
Yeah.
That'd be quite
it's wicked.
cool.
It's a big river boat called the River King.
Yeah.
So for anyone, again, because some people have gone, I'll get seasick.
That's not Liver King.
Yeah.
That's River King.
River
Liver King is on the boat.
To get people down. So yeah, big boat that's going to sail up and down the River Severn. We've got a DJ playing like old school R&B, that kind of vibe. So
the good old tunes.
Cool. Yeah.
Just
Shame I won't be there because you booked it around my 40th birthday, didn't
Mate,
you?
you could have moved your birthday.
No.
Absolutely
so
awful.
You could have been born.
Yeah. So inconsiderate.
You could have been born on another day.
I know, just get yourself back early, Kev.
You need to
Christ's
communicate
sake.
more.
Selfish.
Where are you going? Anywhere nice?
I don't know.
No, it's
It's a surprise.
The good ladies.
The big 4 hours.
Yeah.
Big 4. I remember that.
But yeah, to finish it off, we've got a before and after venue as well. So we've got food on at a venue before, then we've got the boat party, then after the boat party, because that docks again at 9. There's back to an after party. So
Wow.
And if anybody wants a ticket,
tickets are all on sale now. Go to the Talking Tradesmen website, which is www.thetalkingtradesmen.co.uk. Said very quickly. Tickets are all on sale now.
So go and get yourself a ticket.
First come, first serve. We've got limited tickets.
If you want a party, unfortunately, Kev's not there.
Yeah, sorry guys.
If you want a party,
Unless she is surprising me with a boat party.
That's it. That is your party.
Oh my God, it's making sense now.
It's a blag, really. It's not really.
That'd be quite good, wouldn't it? You get blindfolded and you're on the boat.
Yeah.
That's it. It's a blag, really. It's Kev's surprise birthday.
So, what else can we touch on that you've done? You've grown the podcast. 130 plus episodes.
All sorts,
winning awards.
Yeah, we've done the charity climb of Snowdon. That was early last year. That was good.
That was a good one.
Took 20 tradespeople from across all trades. This
is what I appreciate from my side, because you go, I walked in here and I saw this. It's like you're actively trying to do things all the time to get people involved. Like because some people sort of talk it, don't they?
Yeah.
But they don't really
do you know
walk
what,
it
though,
at the
Al?
same time.
Every time I do anything, like, I'll be honest again, the boat party now, I'm anxious about it. The Christmas party, I was anxious.
Yeah. Well, you want it to be good.
It's imposter syndrome, mate. I still don't think I should be doing these things. But at the same time, I've got like a sod it attitude. Yeah. It's a weird.
Not everything goes right, but if you try, you've done it, haven't you?
But again, it just leans back into trying to take action, because I think, and it's not knocking anybody that's raising awareness around mental health. And I've been doing that, like I say, a lot myself. But I do feel that once you've got all that awareness, what do you do with it? You've got to do something. You can make everyone aware, you can break down stigmas, but you've then got to provide something that actually helps.
Yeah.
And we did the charity climb of Snowdon, which was the climb from darkness.
That was 20 on the tools, was it?
It was raising money for the Lost City, which was great, because before we even set a foot on the mountain, we raised just over £7,000.
Is that what
Joe
Screed-Pappy does?
Joe was there.
Yeah.
Joe's another level, man. I mean, he's mad.
He's intense.
Joe,
he's doing my driveway on this development.
Shout out to Joe, like Screed-Pappy. The guy's a legend. Yeah. He was So he did the Climb from Darkness with us, but at the same time was running 5K every day in May. And rather than just I'm doing 5K up the mountain, he went, no, I've got to do an extra 5K. Because we did it overnight, when he got to Snowdon, he ran 5K. Yeah. Then he climbed the mountain. Then when he came down, he went, well, it's a new day now. I've got to do another 5K. So he ran another 5K directly after climbing the mountain. Yeah. Absolutely.
He genuinely did. We was like sat there about to eat, and he was like, I've got to go for my run. And that was it. And Lily went to run with him and gave up. So everyone come back and he was gone.
The levels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair play to him.
Oh, massive shout out.
He does the golf thing as well, doesn't he?
Joe does loads, mate.
Does that Brook it all, doesn't he?
Yeah.
That's a good course.
Joe's got his yearly golf day. I believe that's, wish I could tell you the date now. I think that's in June. No, that's July. I think that's the Thursday before the boat party, actually.
That'd be quite good. He's getting like a calendar up for people so they can see all the
social events. Yeah, absolutely.
Which I think, will help people because people got something to look forward to, or booking tickets somehow.
Yeah, so someone can just look at what actually is planned. That's a good
idea. I mean, the idea behind the boat party was a little bit because I was thinking about, active stuff, but then I did think, well, actually, there's some people that don't want to. They can't climb mountains and things. So having a social event,
you can say it.
I
waited at the bottom.
I was never going to go there.
There's some people that aren't athletes.
You did the hard work, mate. You were cheering us on from there. I mean, in credit to you, mate, you were there straight away when we got back down. So did you even sleep?
He was there with the silver.
No, I waited up all night for you.
He was there with the silver blankets to keep you warm.
Yeah. That was epic, mate. If you've never seen a sunrise on top of a mountain, do it. We were dead fortunate as well because when we got up there, the guides were like, so about 20% of the time you get to actually see anything. We had a dead clear day, so we were all. Nice. They got us up there really quick, too quick. Like sunrise was at something like 5:30, and we were on top of the mountain at like 4 a.m. or something like that. So we had to but honestly, so lucky, mate. I mean, it was March. It was March, wasn't it? Pretty sure possibly. It was March. It wasn't particularly cold, wasn't particularly windy, and was dry, and it was dead clear. So we actually got to see it all. We kind of bedded down. A few of the lads that had gone up, I think Lewis LL Carpentry, he took like a jet boil up and some cake. So we all sat on top of the mountain having cups of tea and a bit of cake from Lou.
He's a good crack as well.
He's a good lad, Lewis. Yeah.
There's some good people in the community, I think.
Oh, there's some good ones,
Yeah, we've got to lean into it as well. Like the more we can get people together, I truly believe it'll. Sounds dramatic when you say save lives, but it will.
Yeah.
It will. It's giving people, that connection is vastly important. So
sense of community, I think.
Yeah. Which is, as I say, all I'm trying to do alongside, running a business and
a podcast
and all the rest of it. Yeah.
Just want to say a big thank you to Rhino Trade Insurance, who are now our official insurance partner, and to go hand in hand with that, they have given us a cheeky little discount code across all of their policies. So when you are filling out a form online and trying to get a quote or speaking with a team member, all you have to do is give the code Trade Legends to get an exclusive discount across all of their policies.
So should we move over to you then, Kev?
Yeah.
What have you been up to apart from getting tools stolen?
The tool thing.
Let's go back to the tool thing at the end.
All right.
Let's have the good news first of the stuff because you've got married.
I did. Yeah. Wow. Has it been?
You got married?
I did get married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long ago you get married now?
That would be 2 years this June.
Yeah. So you got married since you've been on.
Yeah. Oh my God.
What else have you done?
I don't actually know.
3 years.
Do you know what?
Because when you were last on, you just started selling. Is it the beaver tail brush?
Oh, yeah, I just started selling. Yeah, the original paint warrior brushes.
The original brushes. Because
I
came down to see you actually at the painting show.
You did. You turned up at a P&D, didn't you?
I think you were hungover, and you were like,
I was hungover. Yeah.
Don't take pictures of me.
Never come down too well.
And then I tried to interview, and he was like, you know what I mean?
Day 2 is the worst one. Yeah, always. Yeah, if you want to catch anyone,
and
always first day.
You just had like a little strip on the side of somebody else's stand.
Did. Yeah, so I had.
So tell us what's happened since then, because obviously you've got more products now.
Yeah, we started to grow a range. So that first P&D show was pretty much our first proper stand, and it was about 0.5 metre wide. Yeah. And it was just full of the same brush and baseball caps, because everybody always wanted our baseball caps, and I was like, well, I'll just get a load made up for the show. And then after the response, I think we sold out like both days worth of stock in the first 2 hours, which was like...
So you had nothing on the show.
Yeah, like, so that's why we went and got drunk. No, but it's like, genuinely, I was like, couldn't believe it. So then we sort of like knew the demand was there.
Yeah.
But I always wanted to sort of like grow the brand anyway. But so we started looking into other like, you know, products and things like that. And we went with we got the fillers. We've done a different shape handle brush. Then we evolved into different colour corks, and now we've got like the Badger range of brushes. So I think all in all, I think we've got 20 different brushes.
Yeah.
So,
because I mean, when you go to one of these shows and you're talking about imposter syndrome, look, same with me. When you first take your products to the show and you think, is anyone going to buy these?
Yeah.
And you sort of stand there and you're a bit like, oh, I don't even know how I should stand. Do you know what I mean? Because it's a bit awkward, isn't it? And you're on the stand and you walk around a bit, and then people walk past and they look and you think, I'm not interested. Like, just from going from that, because I still remember that little edge of the stand. Whose stand were you on?
That was on the Coleman stand. Yeah.
And I remember you had that little bit on the side. So you've gone from there and having one product to now in, 2.5 years later, having 20 different styles of brush, just the brushes.
Yeah, well, 20 different brushes, so different sizes, 20 SKUs. So it could be the same brush, but different size.
And that's just the brushes,
just
not
the brushes.
Including the corks.
No. Yeah, 3 fillers, 3 corks, and then we've done a collab with Whisk. It's actually gone crazy, and I think now we've got like a good couple of meter bay on the shows, and it's done really well. You know, stores have been great. Like Dulux reached out to us; they've done a promotion. We've just gone into Johnsons, PPG. Brewers are doing promotions, and it all started like. To be honest, I think I launched the cork first, actually.
Do you know what I love about this? And I'll say this to anybody listening and watching: is like you're on the tools all day.
Yeah.
You're coming home. You're trying to get a brand going at the same time.
Yeah.
You go to a show thinking, is anyone going to buy this? Clears out in 2 hours. And then within a couple of years now, you're in at Dulux, Johnsons. Like,
you're in Crown as well, mate.
These are big.
All of the big, all of the big retailers.
Do you know what I mean? And I feel like similar with this is you go through. This is why I love getting people back on. Is you go through a time period and you don't realise how much you've done.
No,
in a short space of time, do you? Like until I've probably said to you, well, you've done this, you've done that, then you've got the award.
In credit as well, because I know Kev won't say this, but in testimonial to him, his new range of brushes, the Badger brushes, mate, are the bollocks.
The Badger's bits.
They are, mate. Honestly, like I've gone on record and said this. They are the best brush for me for woodwork finishing now.
Yeah.
I've used them for hand finished kitchens and all that lot myself. They're an exceptional. It's one of the best brushes on the market.
I'm going to chop
and I know he wouldn't say
bit out for a plug for it.
I know he wouldn't say that. Yeah. So, but that's legit. I'll have my hat on that.
I mean, you when you make a product, you know that it's good because you use it, but it's still reassuring to hear others, especially when you go to these shows and someone comes up, oh, Kev, I bought 2 of these like last time I was here, fucking mega. And you go, like it's a bit like mind blowing because
it really is. Like you don't expect it at all. But
so just for anyone listening and watching that might think I want to do something similar, how do you get somebody like Dulux to take the stuff in at the store? How do these conversations come about? Are these emails where you're actively chasing them, or is it somebody says to you?
A lot of people approach me, and I think it's because of the social media, and not my social media, because I won't promote my own products, kind of thing. You know, I just do my work, and if I'm using stuff, I'm using it. But then what happened? People were obviously buying into me, and then they were buying my products, and then they were showcasing it, and I had a lot of great feedback saying, like, honestly, this is really great, like probably one of the best brushes I've used. And I think what happened is it caused this ripple, because we did actually approach brewers and Dulux originally, and like nothing,
not interested,
nothing. And then as soon as like everyone's using them, they're like, oh, would you consider doing a promotion? And I'm like, what? And then like I was like, this is like not even real, kind of thing. And
what's it like? Just what's the feeling like? Because I know, because I've done it. What's the feeling like when you walk into one of these stores and you see something that you've designed with its own little space with your name in there? What's that feeling like when you see that for the first time?
It's emotional. I think I've done a couple of pictures, and my boy went in and bought 2 box sets.
Yeah.
You know, obviously he works for me, and he was in Dulux, and he like went and paid for it with his own money and that. And it's just like going into a store that I used to go into. I actually used to go in there when I was like first started painting, like 18, 19, and I'd be like intimidated just being in the store. It's like a weird feeling, like, and then you build like your relationship and it becomes more comfortable. But and I remember going to pick up my first box of brushes when I was younger, and I'm thinking, oh, can I afford these ones? But they are the best, and this and that. And then when I've walked in there 20 odd years later, and it's
your own stuff in there.
It's, and do you know what? I swear to God, when I was learning, the guy who taught me, I always said to him, I was like, I'm going to do my own one day. Like, I swear to God. And I don't know what happened. It's just, you know, like, you're always putting things out there. It's always in your head. It's something you always believe in. And you sort of like create your own destiny, don't you, that way? Like, you got to
talk it into existence.
Yeah. And that's exactly kind of what happened.
I think the thing is, and again, I'll go back to the social media, and it's the same with your social media for the podcast has led to other opportunities, is people buy into you because they watch your work's great, but then the way you are on camera, but people don't realise that power of social media, because you've got that following now. If you were to say, this water's great for mixing your paint, or whatever it is, people are going to trust you because they can see your work consistently day in, day out, so they'll trust your opinion.
I think you've got to back it up as well, though. You can weaponise it in terms of the exposure, but like that's where
people know when it's fake.
Where his products come in is that it's backed up, and I think, like, speaking from my experience with all the big trade centres, so Johnsons, Dulux and Crown, I was always blown away by the fact that their brush selection was actually really poor.
Yeah.
So the quality of brushes for the
one thing that everybody needs.
Crazy. So to see Kev's brushes now landing in those stores, like, it just from a decorator's point of view, is great, because they're far superior to anything else they stock.
Well, do you know what I love about social media as well? And I've noticed this across primarily the main ones, plumbing, because when I first started selling into plumbing wholesalers, I'm not kidding you, if I said this torch was a tenner, they go, no one spends more than £2 on a torch.
Really?
It was terrible. And then social media's come in, and I feel like when people are seeing you do like exceptional work, or work where they go, wow, I wish I could do that. What's he using? They sort of go all like that. And I think all these big places were just buying stuff that, you know, it's like you could shift anything. It doesn't really matter. There was no like concern for the person buying it. It was just that's what we stock. Just buy them. But because of social media now, people want the best. Because they want their work to be better, because they're showcasing it all the time. So it's sort of improved the tools. Like, I'm not kidding you, plumbers wouldn't spend any money, and now I feel like they're similar to electricians. You stick a tool bag in front of them and it's a decent tool. I'll take it, mate.
Yeah, you've noticed it, haven't you, over the last couple of years? Like, how much everyone's elevated everything.
That's happening with your products now and with the industry.
Yeah, I mean, it's great.
Yeah. The P&D industry is the same now, mate. I mean, you've got all the dustless sanding systems, the sprayers, and they're all on, like you say, people are proud of them when they get them, so they post them. And it's now becoming like a must-have rather than a...
Yeah.
Because we had Mercer on, and I was talking to that guy about the sanders and stuff like that. So I was like, before, you just see people with...
Honestly,
sanding
ceilings down with your hand and drying your eyes out.
And I was like, and now I see everybody with these Mercer, you know, sanders and stuff like that. I said, like, they're phenomenal. Because I remember that was the first time I ever saw Mercer sanders at the P&D show.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like...
Really?
I was having a good go with it. It's like, fucking no idea what I'm doing. Just, like that.
They're a must-have now, mate.
Must-have
on the
industry. It come at a price, right? But, like... If it broke down,
your finish is better.
If it broke down, you'd buy it again. Trust me.
100%.
Like, you won't go back after it.
But that's why people trust your opinion when you're talking on social media, because you've used something and you utilise it. People see your work and then you go, I wouldn't be without that. So they think, well, if Kev's saying it's good, I'll give it a try. And then when they use it, they stick to the same product. That's why you've probably got that trust now, that when you're bringing out your own paintbrushes and products, people go, I trust what Kev says.
But at the same time, it's like, it's what actually works for me. And I know everyone's different. That's why it's good to have loads of different brushes available, not just mine, but all the other brands, because people, they use different paints to what I use. So I compare mine with a lot of paints and things like that. But ultimately, it's the brush that I want is what I want from a brush. So that's why I've got them. So like the Badgers, they're great for emulsion, but the finish on the woodwork is, the woodwork's
next level.
Yeah, the paint's changed so much over the years. But the brushes have always been the same. And with the new Badgers, I was really lucky, to be fair, because the company really went out their way to create this new filament, and it's exclusive to us. So people can compare, but they're never going to be the same.
Yeah.
And sort of landed on my feet with it, if I'm honest. But I wouldn't have done it if it wasn't right anyway.
You think you've landed on your feet, but a lot of it, it's not like part of it's luck, because people go, it's a lot of it's luck.
Yeah.
But part of it is like you've just been consistent and stuff's happened. Like, and I feel like to have your own brand. And again, you're on the tools, doing your own podcast, and you're doing like all the mental health stuff and doing all these events. You're on the tools, but you've got your own brand. Like people and the social side of things that you both do. I don't think people realise that the social's just a full-time job on its own, let alone do the...
There's loads of effort, Al. I think a lot of it is a mindset shift because it's one thing seeing an open door or an opportunity. It's another thing walking through it. Yeah. And there's so many people in life...
and go...
But there's so many people in life that will just ignore all they want to do is blame or moan about the closed door. I can't get through there because that's shut, but there might be 3 open doors behind them that they're just ignoring, not walking through. So it's a mindset shift for me. You create. There is luck, but you also have to create it. So you have to create the opportunity for the luck to arrive, present itself, and then you also have to accept the luck. So there's a lot to luck.
You create the luck, you have to accept it, and then the timing has to be right as well. Because you could bring out the paintbrushes 10 years ago, and actually the paint hasn't progressed to where you get that.
Exactly. It wouldn't have worked.
It all 100%
meets
at the same time.
And I'll tell you what it was, actually, that really pushed it was COVID. Because what happened, COVID hit, stores couldn't get any raw materials from abroad. So they changed the paints real quick. The resins changed. The brushes weren't performing. And it was like, this is like, because I always say I genuinely love applying paint. It's something that, and when I do it, I want it to look as good as I can make it look. And it's always a challenge with the wrong tools, like, do you know what I mean? And now I was like, enough's enough. And then that's when I started really researching and trying to get to the bottom of how I can do this. And it started to work from there, but it still took a couple of years from there. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't easy. And failure's a big part of it, because you don't learn nothing from success. You've got to have like things fail for it to work out. And
I mean, how long did it take you then from sort of conception to sort of where we are now? What's the time frame? 4 years? Would you say?
About 4 years.
And the products have been sold for
2.5 maybe. 2.5 years.
Because again, people think everything just there, it just appears.
It's a nightmare. Like you must know yourself, but I had 360 brushes turn up the other day, and they had the wrong jacket on. They were just plain white, and then I was like, "Why are these white?" And I opened them up. They look perfect, but if you looked through a microscope at the tips, it's not straight. So they haven't been finished on the tips. So 360 brushes it's quite a big deal, and it's a bit of a big mess up. Somebody packed them and sent them over, and now we're I could sell them for £1. Do you know what I mean? And lose money. But
I still remember getting an order here from Travis Perkins. It's probably the biggest single order we've ever had, and it was for £250,000 for a Christmas promo. And I'm not kidding you, it came through on the fax machine, because it was still like stuff was still getting faxed over. And Rich, the sales guy, secured this order, and we were like, we opened a bottle of champagne. Like, honestly, I couldn't believe it. And then what happened was, it was for one of the products was an inspection light. It was like 10,000 pieces of them or something like that, one light. And they all came in, and they were missing chargers in certain boxes. So we had to get through. We had literally rows of boxes, like pallets stacked up. And we had to get through them all, had to check each one, stick stuff in, so like the stuff that wasn't it, and we didn't know which ones are which.
Yeah.
And we had like a conveyor belt of people, and basically everybody within the office had to stay till about, I think it was about 7 or 8 o'clock at night, and we'd all been in since 6 in the morning just checking these to get the order out, because it had to be in on a specific day. And people don't see any of that.
That's it. Like we had boxes turn up wrong colours. Do you know what I mean? Like our actual finished boxes to go out, they're meant to be black. They were bright
and
blue.
you're the one that has to.
Yeah.
Like, so you're on the tools, but then you got to come home and like.
Got to phone up the printing company. It's like, can you do us 10,000 boxes? They're like, not a chance. It's like,
not for 3 weeks.
Yeah,
and
it's like there's no you can't. There's no way around it. It has to be done. Like you got to. Yeah, that's
how do you juggle that then on the tools? Because I never, like, luckily I had the luxury of just being able to focus on one thing. When you've got to go out and continually do your job, but then come home, because I mean, like trades, you're getting back late.
Yeah,
you're unloading your van because you can't leave your tools in your van these days. Then you've got to send quotes or invoices to people. Like, how do you?
I have no idea.
Do you talk to your missus or do you both?
No, we don't. I genuinely now. We have probably like, I reckon we probably talk about 45 minutes a day, and that's in the evening, and the rest of it, because she runs her business. She's always going about email. She does coaching. She's always communicating.
Because she's got the store as well.
Yeah, she's got her own clinic and that. So it's very busy.
That's happened since you were last on, I think.
That has, during COVID, she decided she wanted to take a different path, and I built her a cabin in the garden, and that just grew. Like, and you know, I think I'd done like the Ange on her, where she was like looking at the shop, and then I was like, right, no, just get it.
I've got you.
Yeah, just get it. And then I went in and done what you done.
Yeah.
Just worked on it and try to get it, presentable, and and it works out well. And she's been flat out ever since. Yeah. Constantly growing. So she's really good.
So you don't have to see her now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
To be fair though, like I've drawn a lot of inspiration from Kev and Tash. Like those guys are a power couple. Like they've got so much going on. I remember when I first started talking to Kev properly, and I was like, so how many people, like run Paint Warrior essentially? He's like, oh, me. Yeah. I was like, what? It's, I mean, I guess it proves it can be done.
Yeah.
But you've got to graft for it.
Mate, we argue.
No wonder you sit there sometimes and just.
Yeah, I know. Honestly, we argue. We always, we have a bit of a bicker, but we also have a really good time. But it's just one of them things. You got, you get out what you put in, unfortunately. And if you've got to put in a lot,
you need someone there that's supportive. Though you're obviously 100%. All in the same. Like if I didn't have my miss, I moan about her sometimes. But if I didn't have her just looking after the house and the other bits, I wouldn't be able to do half the.
But Tash really does help with the Paint Warrior side of it. I'm rubbish at reading emails. I'm rubbish at going back to people.
Thank God for ChatGPT.
Yeah, honestly, I'm so bad at any of that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Just remember, but if you're at work all day and you're trying to think then for the next, even thinking I've got to get these materials for the next day.
Yeah. But the thing is, it's like when these emails comes
so
in and there's problems.
Your brain can,
and you've got these problems to deal with. Your instant reaction is to go and sort the problems out. You forget all of that admin kind of stuff, and you just become like hands-on with the issues.
You become a problem solver, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you do.
Or a therapist.
Yeah.
That's what I was like in here, because all the staff have got their own personal problems as well. Some days I'd be like, I haven't got any work done because I've been juggling that.
Balance, mate, isn't it? Yeah. Finding that balance is tough. I mean, having a supportive partner is definitely. I've got the same with Anne. She's very similar to me in her drive, but that does mean sometimes, like, I'm a million miles an hour, she's a million miles an hour.
You've got to slow it down.
Yeah, sometimes, but at the same time, it helps because when I am working late or whatever, I haven't got her. She don't moan at me for working late. Yeah. Half the time she's working later.
That's the same with me.
But then it's got its downfall where sometimes like one of us will go, okay, I've got a bit of downtime now, let's spend time together. And the other one's like, well, I'm still busy.
Yeah.
So,
or you think of something else that you can do.
Yeah. Like launching awards business.
Exactly.
No, but these are like, I like it when you two just talk openly like that, because it's giving somebody else an idea of what it's like to do multiple
honestly, I'm a nightmare for it. I was within the same conversation with Ange. On one day, I was like, I feel overwhelmed at the minute. This was just me. I was like, I feel overwhelmed. I've got too much going on, too many plates spinning. I feel like I'm going to drop something. And about 3 minutes later, I went, I'm going to book a boat party.
Yes.
I am my own worst enemy with it.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
But it's good on the flip side to be busy, because then you've got a purpose, I find.
mate.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, touching on that, Al, that is, I've sat down with, like I say, 130 people on the podcast now talking on mental health. And the one thing that I've found, common denominator, that is the most important thing. Because it's people with no purpose that are lost, that's when the bad stuff happens.
Yeah.
You've got to have a purpose, whether that's whatever it could be. It could be your kids, it could be your job, it could be sport, it could be what you have got to have a purpose. It's the most important thing.
Yeah. You've got to have something to aim for, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I hate it, and I feel like since the van got done, I really didn't have anything to do. So, well, I did, but it wasn't like my usual pace, like you were saying. You know, things slow down, and it's like, ugh.
Is that all sorted now? Because give people a bit of backstory to that, because I know this happens to absolutely everybody.
Oh, yeah.
But yours was New Year, was it?
It was Boxing Day. Yeah, Boxing Day. And it really pissed me off. At first, I was like, oh, you're joking me. And then, I don't know, half hour later, I was walking up and down the kitchen and pacing
this
around.
This is where probably half the problem that people come on to talk to you is something that, like getting your tools done, could trigger somebody then to spiral into to other stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. It just didn't hit me either. And then when it did hit me half an hour later, I was getting emotional. I was like, I'll be honest, I started crying. I was like, I've lost everything.
But you can't sort it out either,
No,
because it's Christmas.
Exactly. Yeah, I literally couldn't do nothing, and
Was this on your driveway then?
literally right, like from here to the cameras away. Literally, absolutely gutted. They took everything. So yeah, obviously I had to try and park it and still have a good Christmas with the wife and the kids. And as soon as New Year's and that were over, I started, really trying to get back into it. But it took a few weeks to start getting. The problem is people are like going back to like paint warrior stuff.
The insurance companies as well with this don't help, because you've got to have a receipt for everything, and then they want you to itemise everything. But then it takes 3 weeks to get a response from them. So in the meantime, in the interim, you don't want to start going and buying stuff, or if you do go and buy stuff, you're like, I can't buy anything because the van needs to get fit. It's like,
it's a massive obstacle. Like, it's really, really does trash everything. So what was I saying?
I think you were talking about stuff to do with the paintbrushes as well. Weren't you?
Yeah, so going like this is people like, oh, you can just go and buy some more. You sell loads of products and things, and I'm like, again, like it's a completely different business. Like it doesn't work like that, and the brushes side of it is always
that's
paying.
An income for you. You're not getting them in so then you can use them because you've had your tools.
And it's also paying for the next shipment. Do you know what I mean? But
that's another thing people don't realise, like you said, about the money goes back in.
Yeah.
To get like people don't, you're rolling that snowball into a bigger ball up the hill.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's what people don't get, is they just think, you've sold all them now, you've made some money.
Yeah. No, it's not like that.
Because I sold out of them, I go and buy more of them to then sell them again.
Yeah, exactly. Or we design a new set of brushes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Which ain't cheap.
Having 20 different brushes, 20 different SKUs, people do not realise.
No.
I mean, just even how much warehouse space or like product space that takes.
Yeah. Oh, it's crazy.
Or how hard it is just to design one thing.
Well, how hard it is to actually put 3 brushes in a box, in a sleeve, and then 12 of them box sets into another box, onto a pallet with another 47 boxes, and then wrap that, and then get your stamp, put that on there, then arrange for the deliveries to come. It's like,
then making sure it's been delivered.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And you do that 12 times, it's literally, it took 2 people 3 weeks to make up.
I mean, if you broke it down when you first start a business, and I say this to people, is like the first 18 months to maybe 3 years, you are on like slave labour wages. You're on like probably 3, because you think how long it takes you to wrap them pallets, pack them boxes. It took you like 10 hours. You haven't got paid for that.
A lot of it, I mean, for me, my side, like say with the podcast growing things, was blissful ignorance.
Yeah.
If I knew what was involved, I'd never have done it. I was so ignorant as to what made up a podcast and a business and blah, blah, blah. If I knew the whole script and somebody went, right, it's going to take this amount of hours.
It's a good job you did.
This amount of money, I'd never have done it, mate. So there's some sort of benefit to that, and I would imagine it'd be the same with you, Kev. Like with it, if somebody had sat down with you and gone, right, it's going to take this amount of hours.
You are going to be wrapping pallets, Kev.
The thing is, it's really easy to like say, it's really easy to not do something. It's the hardest thing is to actually do it. And I think that's where the reward comes into it.
I think it's a bit like having kids. Like when your kids go, love you, Dad, and they've given you so much grief all day, like you don't care. And it's a bit like, say you've got your products, you're wrapping them and you're thinking, what am I doing here? But then you walk into a store and you see it on a shelf, all that's forgotten because you're like,
oh yeah, 100%.
Look at that. That's, I've done that.
That's that I love you, Dad, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's similar. Obviously, it's not because it's your kids saying,
but still.
It's similar. Similar feeling to that.
No, 100%. Yeah.
I think that's very much tied into your motivators anyway, isn't it? Is the building the business for the family, because that's something I hear you say all the time.
Yeah, well, again, like, because I think my second podcast with you, or was it the first one actually? The heart condition one.
First one,
yeah. So because I got diagnosed with a heart condition, and it's a serious one. It's the most common cause of sudden death in young people. And that
when the footballers clark over.
That's literally scared the shit out of me, mate. I walked out of the hospital, left Tash with the doctor, everything went quiet. I got in my van and I just drove, went home, laid in bed, and I cried for like 3 days. And then I was like,
what am I doing?
Yeah, I can't do this. Like, I need to, like, what if on my kid's life, I go to bed every night and I think that I'm not going to wake up in the morning. And that's like one of the hardest things ever.
Do you know what's going to happen? You're going to live to 103, Kev.
Oh, God.
I've been tormented with this.
I don't want to be greedy, but you know what I mean?
You're watching me there, 103.
On my own.
World's oldest painter.
God. Yeah, could you imagine? But that's the motivation, though. And then
Well, again, like, sorry for interrupting you, but I feel like, again, even that, most people go, I'm not going to work, or I can't build a brand, or I can't,
Yeah. It's like I can't do a lot of things, but I still try and do it. And I'm entitled to full disability and benefits and blue badge, and I can get a car. Do you know what I mean? I can do all of that. And a lot of people would take it. Do you know what I mean?
I'd take the blue badge.
Mate, I think I genuinely believe I'm entitled to the blue badge even though I'm working because of my heart condition and that. Like, so it's better for me to park up closer to a shop than walk distances, apparently. You know what I mean? But I'm all right to carry a Merca set up to a 3 flight of stairs.
Spray a house out all day.
Yeah. No, but genuinely, that's the reality of it. But that was the motivation. I've been tempted.
That's why I like parent and child. Kids, you want to go to a shop?
Yeah.
I tried that. My son's 19, so
I
I'm
do
probably
it with my
pushing it a
kids.
bit now.
She's 20 odd. Yeah.
Funny.
But that was my motivation anyway, to just crack on with the brand and stuff like that. And then I was like, I can't pass it on without any knowledge behind it. So that's when I decided to take Len on full time.
Because I think the first time you came on, you were talking, because I'd said to you, is your son interested? And you were like, yeah, a little bit. But
it was for pocket money then, weren't it? Summer holidays, he'd come and do a couple of days, bit of pocket money, go out with his mates, things like that. But now he wants to play golf. Yeah. Now he wants to go to the gym all the time.
I saw he'd been going to the gym.
He's completely changed, and he wants to earn money. He wants nice clothes. He wants to go to the gym, and he wants to play golf. So. But I said to him, like, you need to be in the business to be able to take over the business. Like, I can't have you trying to sell a product that you know nothing about, or you don't understand the industry. Otherwise, no disrespect, you're going to be another rep on the road. Yeah. You know, some reps come from sealants, and then they're going to selling brushes. That was the best sealant. This is the best brush.
Yeah.
It's like it's got to be like it's got to be a bit of a passion.
Know it,
and that's what. So that's what sort of drove me to carry on, kind of thing, with that side of it. Anyway.
Yeah, so what's the plans then for the future? Because one thing I want to touch on before you get into that was from you coming on originally 3 years ago, you seem a lot more confident now. Like you might go, I don't feel it, or I hide it on the inside. But when you first came on, the difference now, when I listen to you talk compared to then, I think is vast.
Really.
If you were to go back and listen to your first podcast, I think you'll look back and think, God, I was so nervous.
I don't even think I ever watched it.
But just because you used to say certain things on there, and it would be a bit like telling yourself you can't. Whereas now I feel like I don't hear any of that. It's not that you're telling yourself, yeah, I'm great, I can do whatever, but I don't hear the.
Yeah.
I feel like you're a lot more settled. I don't know whether that's getting married, whatever
No,
it is.
do you know what it is? Honestly, a lot of it is probably to do with my wife. She's always been that person where she's like, I can do this, and we come from a completely different type of family, you know, and I was always let down, and it's like she was always like helped and lifted up, kind of thing. So I was always really quite negative, and I was always like, I would just sit, listen. You know, just
glass half empty.
Yeah, exactly. And she actually like filled the glass, and she's the one that gives me the motivation. She's really good at picking you up. Do you know what I mean? And over the last couple of years, with how my business has gone, she's the one that's she's taught me a lot about business, and I think having her advice and listening to her.
No one ever teaches you when you've got a trades business about business, which blows my mind. You can go to college, you can go to college and learn how to paint like an absolute warrior, and then no one teaches you how to do sums on a page.
It's one of the things that blows, it blows my mind about the construction industry is exactly that. Is most people, I would hazard a guess at saying that most people's route into a trades business is just getting good at a trade and then going, well, I'm now really good at this trade, therefore I need to work for myself. Yeah. But that jump is then, it's like, well, what
do you do?
There's no, but none of us, and you know, none of us do it. We don't then go, I'm going to go and learn about business. I'm going to do a business course. It's just like, yes, I'm good at what I do, therefore I need to do it for myself.
Blokes are the worst at asking another bloke to help them because I think, again, oh God, he's going to think I'm a right idiot if I ask him.
Absolutely, It's that sign of weakness thing, isn't it? I mean, in fairness to what Kev was just saying, I can testify. Obviously, we've now got the business where we're all working together. Tash is a great hype person, to be fair. Like she does. She is a very positive energy, positive influence.
Like before our meetings and things like that on, like, you know, Teams, she's like moaning about something, not what we're doing, but like not just trying to deal with shit. And I'm like, oh God, I've got to have a bloody Teams meeting with her in a minute. And that switches off, and she's right, so what we're going to do is this. And I'm like, where the hell did that come from? And then when that's over, she's back on the other thing. Like she will like switch off on one, switch on to the other. And I think that's what I've learned a lot from her as well.
You need that.
Yeah, because it's easy to
retreat.
Exactly. And
she's
it's hard to
like. She's brilliant. I mean, we've all got this. There's this weird dynamic now where obviously the four of us have come together. There's me, Kevin, our wives.
You probably it's similar. I know it's completely different. You with the brand, you with the podcast, whatever. But you're at similar.
It's similar
junctures.
I mean, both of us. The reason that we knew each other, and the reason when the awards conversation first came about, it was because my wife. She's got an existing awards business anyway within her industry, which is hair, beauty, aesthetics, which is where Tash is. Yeah. So those guys know each other, and we were actually at Angie's last awards, and as you do, two blokes at a hair beauty event. we were stood at the bar. So,
at least you're not bold.
Hang on, what was you doing?
Oh mate,
what was you doing?
On this particular day,
he had a really important role this day.
On this particular day, I'd been at the Screwfix Tradesperson of the Year thing. I was top 10 of that. Shot back from London to make the event. Walked in, and that had an issue with the event where the clicker wouldn't work.
So the TV wasn't changing.
So they'd got my son to start pressing, and he was just getting it wrong. So I was like, oh, for Christ's sake. So I've walked in, I don't think I've even had a beer, and I've just ended up planted in the corner on a laptop, scrolling through.
I'm sat at this table,
Mate,
eating a nice meal, having a beer, watching. I'm like
240 slides later, I'm hitting this thing. Once that was finally gone, I'm stood at the bar, if I'm honest, a bit pissed off. And Kev come over and said, do you want a beer, mate? I was like, yeah.
Good finger work, Russ.
In fact, I come over to give him company. He was actually still pushing the button. I was like, I can't leave him. So I walked over. I'm going to buy him a beer. I was like, do you want a beer? And then I was like, should we do our own awards?
Yeah, he looked around the rooms. He was like, mate, we should do something like this. And I was like, fuck it.
But that's I love those moments though where you both like you're like.
I was living my best life.
But you know, like
exactly, yeah.
So now, if the awards go on to be super successful, you'll remember that moment. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Do you remember when I walked in? And you went,
yeah.
Do you know what though, Ali? It was one of those. It was a moment when Ange first set up her business 3 years ago. As soon as she did it and went through the thing, I went, I should do that for our industry. There's a big gap.
But the time's right now.
Yeah, so at the time I was like, but I'm doing the podcast, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I haven't got that time. Then when Kev said it to me, I was like, mate, I've been thinking about it for years. And he went, no way, so have I.
Yeah.
So like, right, we'll get the girls over. We've got the girls over. We go, right, we're all going to team up and we're going to do this for the P&D industry. And they were like, yeah.
But it works now. You've got the brand. You've got the brand with the podcast. And like all of that together, the wife's got the events business.
Yeah.
You know, your missus is quite business orientated.
Yeah,
It's come together.
Yeah.
Now, because that's the time.
Absolutely.
Like if you'd have tried to do it 2-3 years ago, it might not have worked.
It wouldn't have worked. I would have done it with the wrong person. That's the truth of it.
Yeah.
So I mean, I would have done it with the wrong person.
So I feel like there's always a reason.
If any of us, myself included, like I think we're all too busy individually to do it on our own. But with the four of us rotating, it's like, well, one of us will be like, look, I'm dead busy this week because I've got this going on, and then the other three can go, that's all right, we'll pick up the slack. So with the four of us involved, it'll work.
So here's the next one then for you. If it is successful, would you do it for other trades?
Yeah. Or pass that over to you.
Or would you stick to what you?
Yeah, I think we could escalate the Golden Finish Awards into. This is why we chose the name. So
already been thought about.
The Golden Finish could be for any trade.
Anything, yeah.
So, excuse me, this is the Golden Finish Awards for the P&D at the moment. But you know, if we got
like
golden,
there's loads for electrical and plumbing, but like people like plasterers or. I don't like to talk about scaffolders, but scaffolders as well. Do you know, roofers,
if we do it for every other trade, plasterers are going to be last.
You'll have them all baying outside here in a minute. We know you're in there, Ken.
But yeah, it's already been thought about, mate. It's very much a long-term plan that we've got. It's not a one-off.
Yeah, we'd like to go to a different country and host it.
We're looking at international,
like America's Next Top Model, but
basically Vegas, just do it in Vegas. Yeah, they do great shows over there.
God, that'd be a nightmare in
again,
Vegas.
though, mate. We've got contacts with decorators in America. There's nothing like it over there.
No,
there's nothing that brings them together. There's no community, and the awards thing. I mean, it's a great thing to do. I mean, having been on the tools myself last year, which again, fantastic event, but they've got one category, which is Painter and Decorator of the Year.
Yeah.
Within painting and decorating, we've got 25 categories, but we're specialised. Like there's certain businesses out there that all they do is kitchen resprays, or all they do is wallpaper installation. So we're trying to cover all of the demographics within painting and decorating.
So it's more niche, but
more niche, but also to give recognition, because how can you split? There might be a one-man band that does jobs that are no more than $2,000 in value, but he's exceptional, versus a company that does $500,000 turnover. How do you pick one winner overall when it's such a diverse category? Yeah. Which is why we're trying to really build up the P&D industry with the categories that we've got to recognise as many people as we can, and give people that recognition. Because I for one know now what that feels like to get that recognition. 24 years in business and to have that moment to go up and be recognised by on the tools at that point.
Yeah.
It was a lovely moment for me. I mean, I said to my wife as I stood up, I was like, that was for my granddad.
Yeah.
Like, it's on third generation, he started the business. But that was how that felt to me in that moment. It was like...
He'd won the award.
It was like, like, okay, like, you know, I mean, sadly he's not with us anymore, but if he was, I can imagine how proud he'd have been in that moment.
Yeah.
And having experienced that feeling, it's then
nice to be
I
able
want
to
to pass
offer
that on now.
Yeah.
And I think there's a little bit of a feeling within the P&D industry where
It's neglected.
it's kind of looked down
100%.
upon. You know, not
everyone always says if you can paint, you can piss and stuff.
anyone can do it. But honestly, mate, when you're in the industry and you see some of the finishes people are coming out with, some of the high gloss finishing, some
It's
of the
just
spray
unseen
finishing. Like,
Do you know what
10
makes
years
me
ago.
laugh about painting and decorating is people can spend the most amount of money on tiles, they can spend the most amount of money on like a staircase.
Yeah.
But if the paint finish is shit,
No one notices
does
it.
it doesn't matter. Like it can just ruin everything.
looks crap. Yeah.
People
Yeah,
don't realise that is.
You can turn £1 million build into a
Yeah.
£100,000 build with a
yeah.
bad finish.
Yeah.
And that's it. It's what blows our mind that it's looked down as it is. But then when we look, you step back and you think, well, who's done anything to raise it?
But that's a good
Yeah.
opening for That's a good opening.
Which is why we're doing it. It's like, well, actually, we'll step into that space, we'll raise it, we'll give it the attention, we'll show people's work and give them the credit. I mean, we're really fortunate. We've got a great headline sponsor already. We've got Farrow and Ball headlining our first event, which is massive.
Yeah.
They're extremely well known. But we're going to be working with our sponsors as well to give our finalists more than just a trophy.
Yeah, like a
There's going to be
prize-
more
prize money or
opportunities.
Yeah, but they're going to
more opportunity.
work with
Yeah.
them in down the long run. Like you've done brand work, and you know
Exactly that. So our sponsors already want to work with our finalists. You know,
Well, it's
there's
good.
nothing-
It's good for them as well because they get somebody that can showcase the product
Yeah,
Exactly.
for them.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just great. It's great for everyone. It's It's
So
just going to pick you up.
when are we going to see the P&D awards, like painting and decorating awards? When
You remember the date, Kev?
are you allowed to say, or is
Yeah,
it
yeah.
still
Is it
all
the
announced, mate. It's all
24th
locked
of
in.
October?
There we go.
4th of October?
24th.
24th of
24th.
October.
24th of
Yeah.
October.
Where is it?
MK
Milton Keynes, MK Don Stadium.
yeah, okay. Nice-
Double tree.
nice venue,
It
yeah.
is a nice venue, isn't it?
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, I love that.
I've been to
awards.
loads of like random football stadiums. I have.
They're
Been
just
to
a good
Cardiff
place,
City.
innit? Yeah, they're
I've been,
good
I've been
fun.
to Bolton Wanderers. I've been to loads.
Yeah, no, it's
Stamford Bridge. I've been to.
I've got a good venue. I've been to awards shows.
It's easy to get
for
to
my
as
wife's
well,
industry
Exactly.
there.
Yeah.
Great connections.
Really easy to
so-
get to. It's not an old building. There's plenty around. You know, you can stay the night, get down there early. You can have some food. You're not just deserted like some
Tickets
places.
available for that?
Shortly. So we literally had a meeting about this last night. They'll be on sale soon.
Yeah.
The entries are all open. People can enter now. Again,
Yeah.
it's all live on the website, which is www.gfawards, so goldenfinishawards.co.uk. So the entries are all open. The tickets will be out for sale very soon.
When the entries close, so that people can.
The
I'm
20
all the admin questions for you.
Oh, yeah.
but he does it on purpose, I swear. I think it's the 30th of August.
It's only last night we talked about
I
this.
know,
Kev.
yeah, this is why he's doing it.
It's like rain man.
She's written it all down. Yeah. Was it the 30th
Yeah,
of
it's
August?
end of August.
Yeah,
End of
end
August,
of August. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's still got loads of time to enter, but get them in quick.
Yeah.
You know.
August comes around quicker than you think. doesn't it?
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
almost in March now.
Exactly. Yeah, it's
That's
just
it.
crazy.
Flies by.
Is
But
it,
we're
is it
really
a
excited.
suited and booted job, or is it?
It's full tuxedo.
There's going to be a theme that we haven't announced yet.
Yeah.
But put it this way, you're not going to turn up in overalls.
Yeah.
So you're going to want to dress to impress.
Yeah, that's
It's
good.
going to be
cool.
nice. Yeah.
It's going to be a hell of an event, mate. We're going big for a first event. We've got some really good backing. We've got some really good plans. We're just excited.
Start as you mean to get one. I
We're
always.
just excited to bring
But I
a
am
really
about-
positive event.
I'm also about like if we're going to do something, do it properly. I know
you
there's
want
about
people to remember it and say,
Exactly.
what a good night.
and I want it's a
1,000,000%.
lasting impression. And you know, we want our sponsors to return. We want our people that are applying to return. We want everyone to have a great night. We want them to not, you know, it's something that they're going to remember. And it's got to
It'd
be
be
right.
stressful for you guys, but if
100%.
Of course.
if it goes how you want it,
Yeah.
then it's all worth it.
Yeah.
It's the gifts that we can give people, the people that have entered, the finalists, because it's such a marketing tool. Again, you know, why enter an award? So, well, you can enter an award to stand yourself out.
If you're painter of the year, it's
you're going to quote a job and you're up against a few people, but you have won. The Golden Finish English Decorator of the Year award. Yeah. You market that. It's such a tool for marketing. Even just being nominated, say you're a finalist, it stands you apart from the crowd. So
100%.
We genuinely are just trying to give something to the industry, mate, to lift it, to just bring a really positive event to the circuit, as it were, because there's other things like Super Trail, like how well that's gone down for bricklayers.
Crazy now, isn't it?
Have you been yourself?
No.
Honest to God,
I followed it online
because every year I've been away on holiday, and I was like, this year I'm not booking a holiday. Like they had it at the Stoneleigh Park, and I thought, oh, go on, it's bricklay. Honestly, it was like WWE.
Really?
I was so
it?
pumped when I got in there. The music's banging, like it's sort of everyone's walking around like I'm the best bricklayer, and it was just I've got to give it to On the Tools as well.
Vest and small shorts.
Well, you're not like Mahoney, where he's dressed like the white 50 Cent like that, and you just think it was just all the other events that I go to, like Installer, great event, but it was like. There was like an energy in there.
That's awesome.
And I was like, this is an exhibition for bricklayers. Obviously, they had the ice bath, people jumping in the ice bath. There was like massive stands everywhere. The music's banging out there. Got like the odd challenge, loads of different challenges going on and competitions throwing stuff off the... I was like, wow, they've done a great job, because like even somebody that's not interested in bricklaying would have loved that show.
Yeah.
Because it was just...
To be honest, I like watching it. When it's on, when I see the reels popping up.
But when you're there, it's it was like, I was like, come on!
There's your perfect example, though. You look at like Ash Mahoney, like obviously a massive figure within the bricklaying world, but he's now going out, he's being flown out to Vegas to lay bricks in competitions in Vegas.
I thought that was a Super Trail competition. Is that
in the US, Super Trail.
Yeah, so they've took it over. It started in the UK, didn't it?
I think it's called Spec Mix, isn't it? Is it Spec Mix?
I don't know.
But the thing, Ash is very similar to you guys. It's like he's sort of elevated bricklaying. Like him and Charlie, they're the two big names. They've sort of elevated their industry. And that's what I love, is like people sort of like going, do you know what? I've done this, but I'm going to run with it.
Yeah.
And then everybody, because I was saying out there, like 10 years ago, like if you'd have said, like, painter and decorator, Kev, he's got 3 million followers or whatever it is on social media, you'd be like, painter decorator's got... that's the mindset of people, isn't it? But that's
the downfall of it, although, isn't it? Because you do get people that come up and they do run with it, but you do have people, grabbing onto your ankles, trying to slow you down.
Yeah, I'm a big believer, mate, that a rising tide raises all boats. I say that all the time, and I think that the construction industry as a whole needs that. I won't go into the rabbit hole, mate, because I get on a right rant, but the education system, it starts there, and it paints us all the way down there. So it's...
Every trade's based.
Exactly. Yeah. So to me, it's kind of up to us, the people that are in it and potentially doing well in it, shout about it, man. Like, that's not ego. You've got to demonstrate to the community, to society, that actually being in the construction industry is a good place to be. So again, by having events like awards, it brings a bit of glam and glitz to an industry that people think, it's mucky and dirty.
Well, some people never get to dress up. Do you know what I mean?
No,
exactly.
Yeah. That's true.
Good opportunity for that.
But the more of these things that I think come to market across everything, so all the other trades, the better, as I see it.
Yeah. I mean, I just want to say, because obviously I'm going to wrap it up there, because I don't want to bang on for 2 hours and start sending people to sleep, is the difference from both of you from when you first came on. Obviously, like you now, you're doing talks, your podcast is going well, events. You're turning into like a Tony Robbins of...
That's a massive compliment, thank you.
No, but you know what I mean? Like in essence, you're becoming like a knowledge base for people in the industry. You with like developing your own products and like pushing like, where you can go with paintbrushes, stuff with all your products and stuff like that. Like I find it fascinating how people have evolved, if that makes any sense. Because I look at myself and I think, actually, if anything, I've gone a bit like that, because I've stepped out of the business. I've done the property stuff, but I've took a bit of time off, and I love watching other people sort of bring in that mantle now, where I don't feel like I have to do it anymore. If that makes any sense.
Oh,
but the difference now, especially with talking to you, go and watch that first podcast.
Yeah, I might have to.
because the difference.
I'll cringe out and turn it off, but I'll give it a go.
The difference, and I mean, maybe it's like your relationship with people like Russ, your wife, whatever it is. But I feel like you're in a.
Yeah.
You to me seem like you're in a much better place than.
I was very lonely then.
The first time you came on.
I felt like I was all on my own, but
and he's doing God's work by helping people.
Yeah, 100%.
That's a big compliment, mate. I appreciate it. But like from what you just said, Al, like it's not. There's different stages in life, and like what we were talking about pre-record with you, you're just doing other things now, mate. Like you're getting into your jiu-jitsu and
mine's kids,
you know,
kids, mate.
But
like I'm investing my time,
massive
trying
value in that.
Trying to do that.
You know, it's I've had a couple. Again, I won't drag it on, but I had when I delivered a talk recently. Somebody said to me like, "Where do you see this going?" Like the podcast and all that. I was like, "My ultimate goal is that I don't need to do this.
Yeah,
that there just isn't the need. That it's norm. You know,
people don't understand that. They find that really strange that you're trying to do yourself out of a job, but if you didn't have to talk about it, then your job's done, isn't it?
Exactly that. Yeah, and it's just it's where you give value to things, and you've just changed where your value is right now. There's nothing wrong with that, mate. That's great. It's great for you on a personal level.
Values at home with the wife. She don't let me out anymore.
Doesn't she?
Yeah, she's
Congress tart.
Yeah. Congress tart. Yeah, Congress tart.
Private joker.
So, get yourself onto Russ's website. Look at the summer boat party.
Yeah.
And then also, if you're in painting and decorating, have a little look at the awards. Nominate somebody you know. Can you nominate yourself?
Absolutely nominate yourself. Yeah, we're big on that.
That'd be me.
We're big on
nomination.
We want people to be proud of what they're doing and what they're achieving. So you can nominate yourself, nominate other people. Any information that you want on that, just drop us a message, or the social media channels for the awards.
Yep.
But everything.
Is the social pages?
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you drop me those, I'll put them in the
Sweet.
description.